close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Now imagine this. Somewhere, far beyond the stars you can see tonight, there is another Earth. On that Earth, there is another you. They are sitting right now, just like you are, maybe watching the same video, but wearing a different shirt, drinking tea instead of coffee, or maybe they never even found this channel. Wild? Yes. But here's the twist. Science says this might actually be possible. Physicists have spent decades asking a mind-bending question. Is our universe the only universe? Or are there others? Countless others. An infinite cosmic sea where bubbles of reality float side by side, some almost identical to ours, some completely alien. And here's where it gets even more fascinating. Some scientists believe these universes may be touching ours, colliding, overlapping, shaping the very world we live in. Tonight, on The Storyteller, we are going to travel beyond the boundaries of known space, beyond the edge of the observable universe, and into the mysterious idea of parallel universes. This isn't just science fiction. This is science, theory, mathematics, and imagination all woven together. So sit back, relax. Let's step into the multiverse. Chapter 1, The Mystery of Existence. Let's start from the very beginning. The Big Bang, 13.8 billion years ago. The moment everything we know came into existence. Space, time, energy, matter, all exploding from a single point, smaller than an atom, into the vast universe we see today. Our telescopes can look far, really far, almost at the beginning itself, but they have a limit, the cosmic horizon. It's like standing on a beach, staring at the ocean. No matter how far you look, you can't see what lies beyond the curve of the Earth. That's what scientists face when they look at the edge of the universe. And here's the crazy part. Physics doesn't say space ends there. It might go on forever. And if it does, then somewhere out there, beyond what we can ever see, there might be another patch of space that looks exactly like this one, with another Milky Way, another solar system, another planet Earth, another you. The inflation theory, birth of many worlds. Right after the Big Bang, scientists believe the universe expanded faster than the speed of light, a period called cosmic inflation. Imagine blowing up a balloon, but not slowly, instantly. In a fraction of a second, it grows 1 trillion times its size. That's inflation. But some theories say inflation didn't stop everywhere at the same time. Instead, it kept happening, creating bubbles of space. Each bubble could be its own universe, with its own laws of physics, particles, even dimensions. This is the first scientific seed of the multiverse idea. Another you in another world. Pause for a moment and picture this. In one universe, you chose a different career. In another, you never met the people you know today. In yet another, dinosaurs never went extinct, and intelligent reptilian creatures are building their own civilizations. It sounds like pure science fiction, but is an actual consequence of how infinite space works. If space is truly infinite, every possible arrangement of particles will eventually exist somewhere, meaning somewhere there's a universe where this exact video is playing. But maybe I'm speaking in another language. Or maybe you paused it halfway and never came back. The awe and the fear. The idea of infinite universes is both beautiful and terrifying because it means our universe is not unique. Our planet, our galaxy, not special. But at the same time, it means we are part of something far, far bigger. Bigger than we can imagine. And this thought is what drives physicists, cosmologists, and dreamers to keep asking questions. Chapter 1 leaves us with a mystery. If there are infinite universes, how could we ever prove it? How could we even know they are there if we can't see beyond our cosmic horizon? The answer lies in theory, math, and perhaps the strangest rules of the quantum world. And that's exactly where we go in Chapter 2. Chapter 2, The Science of the Multiverse. Take a deep breath, because now things are about to get even stranger. When scientists speak about the multiverse, they aren't just guessing. They base it on real physics, real math, and some of the most successful theories in science. So, let's explore the 4 main levels of the multiverse, each one more mind-bending than the last. Level 1, the infinite universe. This is the simplest multiverse. It doesn't require new physics, just the assumption that space is infinite. If space goes on forever, then every possible arrangement of matter eventually repeats. Imagine walking through an endless library. Every book that has ever been written is there, and every book that could be written is there too. Some are identical to the ones you've already seen. Others have just one word different. Others tell completely new stories. That's what an infinite universe is like. Somewhere beyond billions of light years, there's another Earth, exactly like ours. Same continents, same oceans, same people. And somewhere even farther, there's an Earth where everything is the same except you chose tea instead of coffee this morning. It sounds ridiculous, but mathematically, infinity guarantees repetition. Level 2, bubble universes. Now it gets weirder. Remember cosmic inflation from Chapter 1? Some theories say inflation never completely stopped. Instead, it continues in faraway regions, creating new bubbles of space-time. Each bubble could be its own universe. But here's the twist. These universes might have different laws of physics. In one bubble, gravity might be stronger. In another, atoms might not even form, meaning no stars, no planets, no life. And in yet another, the constants are just right, like in ours, allowing galaxies, stars, and maybe intelligent beings. This is sometimes called a cosmic landscape, an endless froth of universes, each with its own reality. And here's a mind bender. Physicists like Andre Linde believe there could be an infinite number of such universes. Picture champagne bubbling forever. Each bubble a universe, popping in and out of existence eternally. Level 3, the quantum multiverse. Now we step into the quantum world, where things become truly surreal. At the smallest scales, reality behaves strangely. Particles can be in two places at once. They exist in a superposition, a blend of possibilities, until observed. This is the heart of the many worlds interpretation of quantum mechanics. It says that whenever a quantum event can have multiple outcomes, all of them actually happen, but in different branches of the universe. In one branch, Schrodinger's cat is alive. In another, it's dead. In one branch, you clicked this video. In another, you didn't. Your life. Every decision might be splitting reality into multiple timelines every single second. This isn't just sci-fi. It's a serious interpretation used by many physicists to explain quantum mechanics without paradox. Level 4, the mathematical multiverse. And finally, the most mind-stretching of them all, proposed by physicist Max Tegmark. This idea says, every possible mathematical structure exists as its own universe, meaning reality is mathematics. And every consistent equation, every possible set of rules, becomes its own world. This is a truly infinite multiverse, where not only do other versions of you exist, but entirely alien worlds with physics so different that we cannot even imagine them. A universe where time runs backward. A universe with no space at all. A universe with entirely new colors, shapes, and dimensions we cannot comprehend. Making it relatable, let's slow down here. This is a lot to take in. So imagine this through a short story. A scientist sits alone in her lab, staring at her experiment. She presses a button. A particle goes left. But somewhere else, in a reality split off at that very moment, the particle went right. Two outcomes, two universes, two versions of her. One continues her work, excited by the result. The other frowns, disappointed. Neither knows the other exists. But they are both real, living parallel lives, forever separated by a quantum decision. What science fiction got right? Movies and books have played with these ideas for decades. Interstellar explored higher dimensions and parallel timelines. Everything Everywhere All at Once showed wild versions of the multiverse, where choices lead to absurdly different lives. Marvel's Multiverse introduces characters meeting alternate versions of themselves, which is actually inspired by many worlds theory. What once sounded like fantasy is now taken seriously by cosmologists and quantum physicists. But how do we prove it? This is the big question. Because if these universes exist, most are forever beyond our reach. separated by unimaginable distances or by quantum barriers. Still, scientists are searching for clues. Cosmic microwave background, CMB ripples in the oldest light of the universe may show bruises, signs that another universe bumped into ours. Mathematical consistency. If multiverse theories explain phenomena better than single universe models, that counts as indirect evidence. Quantum experiments. Researchers look for tiny violations of probability that might hint at branching worlds. The hunt continues. So now we have 4 levels of the multiverse, from infinite space to quantum branches to pure math itself. But here's the next big question. Are these universes completely separate? Or do they sometimes touch? Could we actually collide with another universe? And will we even notice? In Chapter 3, we go deeper into the idea that parallel universes might already be brushing against ours, leaving fingerprints in the night sky. And if that's true, we may not be as alone as we think. Chapter 3. Are universes touching ours? Picture this. You're standing under a perfect, star-filled sky. Billions of stars, billions of galaxies, and beyond them, blackness so deep, so endless, it feels like staring into eternity. But what if that darkness is not empty? What if, just beyond our cosmic horizon, another universe floats nearby like a neighboring bubble, its own galaxies shining, its own life thriving? And what if sometimes these universes brush against each other, leaving scars, faint fingerprints that we can detect? This is where the science gets truly exciting. The cosmic cold spot. In 2004, astronomers using data from the Wilkinson Microwave Anisotropy Probe noticed something strange. A patch of the sky, millions of light years across, was colder than expected. Not just a little colder, much colder. Some scientists suggested it was just a statistical fluke, but others had a wilder idea. What if this cold spot is a result of a collision between our universe and another one long ago in the early moments after the Big Bang? Think of 2 soap bubbles gently touching. They leave a mark, a distortion, before floating apart. If that happened on a cosmic scale, the bruise could still be visible today. We might be looking at the bruise of another universe. Cosmic bruises and bubble collisions. Physicists like Stephen Feeney have published models showing how 2 bubble universes could collide. When they touch, they release energy, creating a circular pattern, a scar, visible in the cosmic microwave background. We have only one universe to look at, so proving this is hard, but the math works. And if it's true, it would mean we've already had contact with another universe. String theory and brain worlds. Now, let's step into another big theory, string theory. According to this framework, our universe might be a 3-dimensional brain, floating in a higher dimensional space. Imagine a sheet of paper. That's our universe. Now imagine another sheet of paper floating right next to it. That's another universe. Sometimes these brains can collide, releasing massive amounts of energy. Some physicists even suggest that the Big Bang itself might have been caused by 2 brains slamming together, meaning the birth of our universe may have been the result of another universe touching ours. Storytelling moment. When universes collide, close your eyes and imagine this. 2 massive sheets of reality gliding through a higher dimensional space. For eons, they float apart, never touching. Then, slowly, they drift closer, until finally they touch. A blinding flash, an unimaginable burst of energy. A new universe is born. Space and time ignite. Galaxies form. Stars ignite. Life begins. And one day, a species on a tiny blue planet wonders, where do we come from? Dark flow, a cosmic mystery. There's another strange clue. Astronomers have noticed that clusters of galaxies seem to be moving in the same direction, as if pulled by something beyond our visible universe. This phenomenon is called dark flow. Some scientists think it might be caused by the gravity of a neighboring universe, tugging on ours. If that's true, it means we are literally feeling the pull of another reality. Science fiction meets science. These ideas have inspired some of the most amazing works of fiction. The Dark Tower by Stephen King, multiple universes connected by a central hub. Fringe, the TV series, Parallel worlds interfering with each other. Spider-Man. Into the Spider-Verse. Characters from other universes crossing over. What was once fantasy is starting to sound a lot like plausible science. Could we travel there? This is the big question. If another universe is touching ours, could we somehow build a bridge? Right now, we have no technology to do this. But theoretical physics offers some wild possibilities. Wormholes, shortcuts through higher dimensions, quantum tunneling, leaping between branches of the multiverse, brain travel, slipping off our sheer reality into another. For now, it's just theory. But remember, a century ago, black holes were just a crazy idea. Today, we photograph one. Tomorrow, parallel universe travel might not be science fiction at all. So now we know parallel universes might not just exist, they might have already brushed against ours. They might be pulling on our galaxies. They might even have given birth to us. But the biggest question remains, what does this mean for us? For our choices, our destiny, our sense of self? If there are infinite versions of you out there, living infinite lives, what does that say about who you really are? Chapter 4, what it means for us? So here we are. We've explored theories. We've looked at data. We've even imagined universes touching, colliding, giving birth to new worlds. But let's bring it home. Let's ask the question that really matters. If parallel universes exist, what does that mean for us? Infinite you. Imagine that every choice you've ever made, and every choice you didn't make, has played out somewhere in the multiverse. In one reality, you said yes to that opportunity. In another, you said no. In one reality, you're living in a different city. In another, you never met the person who changed your life. In one universe, you're successful beyond your dreams. In another, you gave up too soon. This is not just science fiction. Quantum mechanics, specifically the many-world interpretation, suggests that every time a decision is made, reality splits into multiple versions. There's a version of you who took that leap. There's a version of you who didn't. And all of them are real, free will or fate. But wait, if every possibility exists, do we really have free will? Some scientists argue that you are just living out one branch of infinite possibilities. Others argue that your consciousness is what chooses which branch you follow. Think about that for a moment. Your focus, your decisions, your courage might actually determine which universe you lock onto. That means your mindset could be a cosmic navigation tool, steering you toward a reality where your best life exists. Déjà vu, a glimpse of another life? Have you ever felt déjà vu, that strange, eerie sense that you've been here before? Some scientists say it's just your brain misfiring, but others wonder if it could be a momentary overlap between universes, a brief moment when two versions of you are so close that your mind picks up on both, giving you a glimpse of what might have been, the spiritual angle. Many spiritual traditions have hinted at something like the multiverse for thousands of years. Hindu philosophy speaks of infinite lokas, worlds stacked on worlds. Buddhism speaks of countless realms of existence. Even modern mystics speak of timelines, vibrations, and choosing your path. Science is finally catching up to what mystics have been saying for centuries. Reality may be far bigger than we can imagine. Your choices still matter. Some people hear about parallel universes and think, well, if everything happens somewhere, why try? But here's the truth. Yes, there may be infinite versions of you, but you are only living this one right now. This version of you is unique. This moment matters. The choices you make today are shaping the branch you'll follow tomorrow. You are writing the story of this universe's version of you, moment by moment. Storytelling moment, the weight of a choice. Imagine this. You're standing at a crossroads. The road splits into 1,000 paths. Each one leads to a different life. Some are bright, some are dark. You can't see the full journey, but you can take one step. And with every step, the other paths fade away. This is what life is. Every choice is an act of creation. Every decision is you sculpting the universe around you. Science meets motivation. Even physicists like Hugh Everett, who first proposed many worlds, believed that understanding the multiverse gives us a sense of awe and responsibility because we realize we are not small, we are not powerless, we are participants in reality itself. The choices we make, how we think, how we love, how we live, matter on a cosmic scale. So, are parallel universes real? Science is still searching for proof. But one thing is certain. The universe we live in is stranger, deeper, and more mysterious than we ever imagined. And maybe, just maybe, that's the point. We are explorers. We are storytellers. We are dreamers standing at the edge of infinity. And tonight, as you look up at the stars, remember, you might not just be looking at space. You might be looking at the edge of another world, another you, another chance. And that, my friends, was today's journey into the mysteries of existence. Here at The Storyteller, we believe knowledge should leave you with goosebumps and with questions that keep you awake at night. If this episode made you think differently about life, destiny, and the universe, let me know in the comments. Do you believe other universes exist? And if you could meet another version of yourself, what would you say? Don't forget to subscribe, and share this video so we can keep exploring the biggest questions in the universe together, because this journey has only just begun.